So at the start here, Laura is in position, and we've got the classic Andy Bassett attack there. So he's come up on the leeward side. Nice move, Andy, and just to sort of force Laura up a little bit, which Laura does a good job of responding. Not looking terribly pleased, but she does well. Checks the watch, keeping on moving slowly, checking her positioning and moving, controlling her speed. That's very nice. Getting the controls ready. Underneath somebody bearing away for the trigger pull. There's a trigger pull into the leeward gap. Off she goes. That's a really good start. So on the lee bow of the 163 number, and despite the fact Laura's in the 4.7 and there are plenty of standard rigs around here, she's able to get a clean start. She's got clear air coming in onto her sail, and she's basically forced the other boats to tack off. And she's rolled Gus there in the standard rig. Now Laura really needs to be tacking here, and she's going to tack. Gus is going to tack at the same time. It's not potentially not the best of moves for either of them, particularly not for Gus. Perhaps Laura could have gone a little bit earlier when she had a clear lane. Gus is actually going to get rolled here by Laura. I think that's a bit unfortunate for him. I think in my conditions, if I was Gus there, I think I would have footed off a little bit, because we're quite near to the ley line, the port ley line here. It's a very short beat, and he's going to have to tack again now, which is what he's going to go for. Here comes a roll tack, nice roll tack, Gus, super. But he's going to have to put 2 tacks in, because here's the ley line. Laura's tacked on the ley line. Gus is going to have to tack back again, and then back again. So it's not going to do him any favours. And we'll see how much time he loses as a result. Here comes Laura, someone tacking on her lee bow. So let's see if she gets her mark preparation right. So she should be looking at the kicker and the out all. No cutting him on in these conditions anyway. There we go. And a heel to windward. Nice. Help the boat bear away. Out goes the sheet. Super. Now, standard rig coming around behind. She's got to manage that situation. What do you do here? Do you go high? Do you go low? Do you go down the middle? Well, Laura's sort of relatively going down the middle, and the only sort of concern there is that she's really got to try and keep her air clear, and there's a boat right behind her, taking all of her clean air, 163516, and she's going to poke her tongue out at him, give him a bit of that, but he's going to come straight past. Okay, so she failed to sort of spot that one, but she's really now got to think about how to get herself inside berth at the mark. There are a lot of faster standard rigs coming down behind her. Perhaps needs to be thinking about how she can make sure she gets an inside berth or keep her air clear. And there is a gap between the standard rig boats on the right and some of the boats behind her on the left, and the air will be flowing cleanly through there. And if she moved herself across there, she'd have a better chance of maintaining an inside berth at the leeward mark, which is going to be a port rounding, and she'd be having clear air. She doesn't do that, and that allows Gus, do you remember Gus was just behind her, and he lost a lot of time with his double tacks, and he's going to be able to come sneaking in there, and so Laura's failed to manage that situation. So here comes Gus. Now I was watching from a rib boat. They do not have room at this mark. But unfortunately, Laura's not assertive enough, and they're going to push it, and they're going to get it, and that means Laura's going to have a very difficult leeward mark rounding. So she's going to have to go on she's got a boat on the outside, a radial rig that's going to go faster than she is. It's going to pinch her off on her leeward side, and she's going to have 2 standard rig boats on her inside that are giving her dirty air. So notice that she cannot point at all well as a result, and there's a boat behind her in clear air that's sailing much higher, much faster. That's a radial rig. So Laura's losing lots and lots of places here. She'll have to wait now till the other radial tacks when it decides it wants to tack, and which it has done. So Laura can now tack. And you'll notice that Laura's got really her outsole on too tight for these wind conditions. Nice tack, by the way, Alan Marsh on the left there. She's got her sail far too flat for sort of force 2 to 3. And as a result, she's really struggling for speed out of her tacks, so she needs to just let her out or off a little bit, get a little bit more power into the sail for these sort of marginal hiking conditions. But she's had a good race, sailed really well, beaten quite a number of other full rigs and radial rigs. She's got a friend behind in the 4.7. That's Jan. He's just behind her. They were racing each other all day, having a good time. And yeah, that's the end of that race.